Hi there guys, my name is Samuel and today we shall be taking a look at the LEGO Harry Potter Minifigures Series 1, which is set 71022, and this is also the Fantastic Beasts, so it's basically the Wizarding World. I know it's got a few names. It's the LEGO Harry Potter Series 1, and then you've got LEGO Minifigures Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts Series 1. Then you've got Wizarding World, which is kind of weird because then they've called the new one Harry Potter, like, Series 2, really weird the way it works. We've got 16 of them, and then you have got 6 of the other ones being the main 4 plus the main 2 villains. So as you can see here, we have the figures, and let's have a look at the figures. So starting off with the first minifigure, which is Harry Potter, and as you can see, he is in his black robes. He has Hedwig. So if we quickly take a look at Hedwig, there you can see it's printing, which it looks really cool, and it's so weird to see that they are still reusing that piece to this day from all the way back in, like, was it 2002, I believe, when the theme started. But then here you can see Harry Potter, which I think is such a good minifigure. Just looking at all the detailing, it's amazing. He's got the robe, he's got the hood on the back, which is really good. I believe, is this from, I want to say number 3, I want to say the 3rd movie, I think, is when this outfit is from. You can sort of, yeah, I guess so. But then there you can see it's the hairpiece. Bit weird that they did use that, change it from, well, you've not really seen that in this way. They've all had different hair, so potentially there you can see his face print, which I think that looks really awesome. And then it also has none on the other side, and then it also has the mid-legs with the printing, which I think is great. But then there, that is the Harry minifigure, and yeah, I think it's pretty cool. There you can see the scar. We can zoom in on that. There you can see that there, which I think looks really awesome. And yeah, overall, that is the Harry Potter minifigure, which I just think he looks so good. And yeah, so that is Harry Potter. And then here we have Hermione and her cat Crookshanks. So taking a look at Crookshanks first, here you can see it's a pretty simple cat. To be honest, it doesn't look really like Crookshanks. Crookshanks is a bit smaller, like smaller legs, and a bit more like rounder and like just a lot more like fluffier. So yeah, it's kind of like if she shaved Crookshanks, or like a spell went wrong or something like that. But then taking a look at Hermione herself, here you can see her robe, which is actually different to the one from Neville. I'm not sure who it was, but they had like comparison, and you could see that ever so slightly their jackets aren't, well, hers is a bit not as closed, I think, is the difference, or is it open? One of the two. But then here you can see Hermione, which I think that looks really good. Her face print looks pretty cool, and I have to admit, I think these ones don't exactly, apart from Ron, they don't look like, I think, the third, yeah, I think it is the 3rd movie or 4th movie that they're meant to look like. So it's kind of a bit weird. It's like they designed these a little bit too early, I would say, especially on, well, yeah, definitely. There you can see the face, which I don't know, the face, well, I guess in Harry's, the faces don't exactly, I'm not sure if how well they work, in my opinion. There you can see that, and all the leg printing and stuff. But yeah, not exactly sure how well these figures work. I don't know, they just don't, to me, just don't exactly seem like the actual actors and that. There you can see the hairpiece, which is great. And then, yeah, that is Hermione. And then here you can see Ron, which I think looks really cool, or aka Ronald Weasley, his full name. There you can see that, which I think it looks good. I like the fact it's quite scruffy, because that it's kind of how he does appear sometimes. And yes, I think this has got to be Prisoner of Azkaban, because that's kind of when he, I think I do remember him, like, I think there's like a scene in the woods, and I think when they're like chasing him, I think that's when I sort of remember this outfit from. But yeah, I think that looks really cool that they've actually done that, because it kind of just creates this, well, interesting variant. So there you can see that printing, which I think does look great with the tie. As you can see, the top of the head does go a bit. The paint doesn't seem like it goes up. Maybe that's just an error with mine. I only really just noticed that now. There you can see Ron and Han's hair in yellow. Well, I'm sorry, ginger, orange. So if you want if you want a Han of different hair colour, there you go. There you can see that, which is pretty awesome. And then, yeah, I think that's a really cool hairpiece as well, though. Kind of fits in really well, and it's cool. We don't get many hair pieces in that colour, so that's pretty awesome. Yeah, we don't, so that's pretty cool for like mock builders and stuff. And there you can see Scabbers, which I think this is the only version with the little hair on top, which is really interesting. But yeah, if we quickly take a look at Scabbers, there you can see Scabbers looks pretty cool. And yeah, overall, that is the Ronald Weasley of this series, which is pretty awesome. And then here we see Draco Malfoy, which I think this is a really cool minifigure. I believe was this my first one, or was it the Great Hall? Well, anyway, one of those two was my first time of getting them. Then here you can see they have this broom, which I think is kind of like the one with the oh, what was his name? The one with the purple. I can't remember his name. But anyway, like a different colour broom. That one's like dark brown and this one's like dark green, which is kind of cool because we generally get them in light brown and black. So it's really cool to see a third and potentially fourth colour. As you can see here is Draco, which I think looks absolutely great. There was kind of a thing about maybe we'd get Ron as like the third player in Series 2, but we didn't. Which, guys, if you're wondering, I will cover it, but like it's so weird. We've got the official package photo Lego accidentally revealed before we even got official photos the series before, technically 2 if you include Mario. Then we like Just Too Good. I know he's got some, I know everyone's covering them at the minute, but I want to wait for the HD photos because as everyone's saying, it is kind of like shouldn't judge it on other people's photos. We'd actually see the official ones, you know. Like, I know there's one, they're saying, like, James doesn't have his glasses, but then actually he does. It's just, like, not the lighting. So, yeah, I'll wait. And if, well, I think, unless I get them first, like, who knows, I might be able to find them early. I most probably won't. Here in England, we don't, WH Smiths have been really behind this year, so most probably won't be able to find it early. But there, yeah, you can see Draco, which I think is a really awesome minifigure. I do like his attire. There you can see the cape, which I think is pretty awesome. Then if we move that up there, you can see his back printing, which I think is absolutely great. Then moving that away, you can see that he doesn't have a face print. And then, yeah, that is Draco. And it also does come with the snitch, the golden snitch. I totally didn't forget about. Which, nope, didn't forget. Yeah, so, yeah, I may have forgot about that because I don't even know where my original one went for him. It's so loose, it kind of just, well, yeah, because he's got, that's the issue when I have, like, 3 accessories. I struggle to, like, well, it's kind of one of those things you move around and you forget, and then before you know, you've accidentally lost it. But, yeah, give that back to Harry over there. But then, yeah, there you can see Draco, which I do think is a great figure. And overall, that is that minifigure, which is number 4 of the set. And then here we have Luna Lovegood, and as you can see, she looks really awesome. So first, if we take a look at the Squabblers tile, I think this is great. It says the Squabblers, and then it says the Pandemonium at the Ministry, then the Unfuzz the Mystery, my bad. And there you can see that with those funny looking like 3D goggles or like the invisible ones. And yeah, so I think that is pretty awesome. Then taking a look at this, here you can see Luna, which I think is pretty awesome. There is a hairpiece, which, wow, I completely forgot this was like an exclusively molded piece, which is pretty cool. So then there you can see her face print, which I think is pretty accurate. And there you can see those, which I should have bought my other copy. I did get a second one of her accidentally, but sort of intended. But then, yeah, you can see that, which I think looks pretty cool. Zooming in on the face, there you can see that, which I think is pretty awesome. And yeah, so there's no back printing, which I guess is fine. I could have added some wrinkles, like some jacket wrinkles or some like lines and stuff like that. But yeah, there you can see her body printing, which I think is pretty great. So there, yeah, there you can see that, which is pretty awesome. Then there you can see the skirt piece, which there is no printing on the legs. And then there it has the part of the back, so she can still move and work like an ordinary Lego minifigure. But there you can see the unicorns and stuff like that. And yeah, so then there you can see that it's just nothing under there. It's literally just the blue mid-legs, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that is the Luna Lovegood minifigure, which is pretty awesome. And then here you can see a Neville Longbottom, sorry. There you can see the Mandrake, which I think is a pretty awesome piece. There you can see the face, which is pretty funny. And yeah, they have sort of they're not using it anymore. They're using the 1x2 rounded cylinder piece, which is very interesting. There you can see that, which I think is pretty awesome. Then here you can see Neville, which I think is a really cool minifigure. It's cool that we actually got a chance to get him, because I think it's quite a good scene, to be honest. It's quite funny that, yeah, poor old Neville, he always ends up in some sort of situation. But there you can see that, which I think is pretty awesome. So yeah, there's that detailing, which I think looks great. Then you've got this little bowl. So then if you wanted to, you could have it like that feature. Then you could add it with the, the new Stromedy Tower, yes, that word, sorry, that tower. There you can see that, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, I think Neville's a really good minifigure. There you can see, there, yes, here you can see the back printing. And apparently I just noticed, so out of the two main trios, in my opinion, obviously got Harry, Ron, and Hermione, then Luna, Ginny, and Neville, to me, are kind of like the next trio. You don't get Ginny, which is, I already thought was weird. So it's kind of weird that you don't get Ginny in this series, but hey, that is what it is. So there you can see Neville's back printing, which I think does look pretty awesome. So there you can see that, and then there you can see his hairpiece, which is the gamer's hairpiece, is it, or is it new? I can't, to be honest, I can't really tell, but I know he's got the ear muffins, which is pretty cool. I believe that's actually new, it most probably is, and then there you can see his face when he gets knocked out by it, because it's high-pitched vocals, so there you can see that. And then here's the front face, which I think is really good, and I think they captioned Neville really well in this minifigure. So there it is. And then here you can see Cho Chang with her owl, which I think is a pretty cool piece. So if we quickly take a look at the owl first, here you can see her owl, which I think is so good. Looking at the eyes, the eyes is like the most detailed part of this piece, but there you can see that, and the head, which, yeah, that is such a good piece. Like, I really like that. I think the colour of the owl's different, if I'm not mistaken here. Then if we add that back into her hand here, you can see Cho Chang, which is really cool to get another pupil. I know that kind of her and like Dean Thomas are not pivotal characters in the sense of everyone else, when it's still cool to get other like sort of named characters for like the class. And wasn't she like Harry's date to something or other, I think, or he asked her and he got like rejected or something. I don't remember, sorry. It's been like a year since I last watched all the movies, maybe 2. Wow, I really should start rewatching them. There you can see Cho Chang, and then she has this black rubbery hair piece, which if we take that off there, you can see the printing, which I think is great. So yeah, there you can see that printing. I do think it is a pretty good minifigure. She has the skirt piece again, of course. So yeah, there is that. Then here you can see her face, which I think is really cool. Oh, sorry, I just got an email on the iPad over there. Oh, okay, that is something to do with her. Okay, guys, so here we just got a confirmation for a haul video coming very soon, so please, I'm very excited. I'm going to read it after this clip. Wow, that's great. So that is be a video coming soon, and wow, it's even got Harry Potter tie into it. Okay, brilliant. So here you can see this back printing, which I think this is great. And yeah, there is the back printing. Mine sort of seems maybe a bit off-centered, but yeah, there you can see that back printing, and she has no back face, which is disappointing, really, that so many characters don't. Like, why couldn't she? Couldn't she have a bit of like an up, like you know, when like the eyebrow up kind of like awkward expression, maybe when she like had to say no to Harry, or maybe like a bit of a guilty face, or maybe like something like that could have been cool. But yeah, there is Cho Chang. Right, let me read this and I'll do Dean Thomas next. And then here we have Dean Thomas, and can I just say, sorry, I just listened to the clip, I weren't that clear. It was a confirmation for a shipment, so that'll be something for a future haul, can't wait. But then here we have Dean Thomas, which this is a pretty awesome minifigure. In fact, I think this is one of the best variants, because it's kind of like we got a scarf, and I know we got one with Hermione later on, but in the calendar, but I still think it's pretty cool. So here you can see that, which I think that looks really cool, like the Gryffindor. And then as you might have seen him already if you watch my Quidditch review, which, wait, have I actually, no, sorry, you would not have seen it, because I have not released that video yet. Sorry, no, forget about that for now. But then here you can see Dean Thomas, which I think is a pretty awesome minifigure. So here you can see his detailing, which I think is great. That is an amazing scarf printing, definitely. There is the Gryffindor logo, which, you know, I think they've done it really well. I know they haven't done it perfectly, but hey, it's what they can do. I reckon maybe in 20 years' time they can do little printing like that, but hey, it's kind of how it is. Maybe, I think, like nano, I know nanotechnology is a whole thing, but if they could have like nano, what do you call it, like nano painters, like little nano things that could do it like that would be pretty cool. But there you can see that, which I do think is pretty awesome. Goes onto the body pretty well there. You can see his face, which looks pretty cool. He looks pretty happy in that expression, which is cool to see. Then here you can see, I guess he's another one of those characters who, and like Cho Chang, who kind of just, even like they got underused, to be honest, yeah. But there you can see his back printing, which I think is pretty good. And yeah, there you can see that. I think that's pretty cool. It's got Finn's hairpiece in brown. And yeah, that is Dean Thomas, and there was a bit of a mark there. But yeah, That is Dean Thomas. And then here we have He Who Shall Not Be Named, Lord Voldemort. And then we have Liguini, which is the Horcrux, his Horcrux pet snake, which is pretty cool. We'll take a look at it first because it's kind of easier to get the pets out of the way. This is such a good piece. Like, wow. It's pretty awesome to see. We've never actually got Liguini in a minifigure form. Let me quickly just double check. Is it Liguini? No, it's Nagini. Sorry, Nagini. Oh, my days. I keep getting that wrong. I literally just Googled it a second before this clip. Wow. My apologies, guys. It's Nagini, not Liguini. I don't know where I get that from. My apologies, guys. Really, I can't believe I did that again. But there, yeah, there you can see Voldemort, which is, so apologies, it's kind of harder to, like, focus in. Can I turn up the brow? Here we go. Sorry. Oh, hang on. Let me turn up the oh, God, no, that is way too high. Can I just, like, there you go. You can sort of see it. So, yeah, there is Voldemort, which I think looks pretty cool. There you can see his detailing. And then there is nothing on the back. But, yeah, if I focus in even more, there you can see that, which I think he's a pretty awesome minifigure. I got to admit, I was really happy to get a version of him. It's good to get him in a cheaper set as well. And then there you can see his head piece, which I think is pretty great. As you can see, there is that, which I think that is great. The nose, the way they did that is perfect because he has to have like a thing, but they've made it look more like a scar, which is exactly perfect to how he is. But then, yep, there you can see his white bone sword, wand. And yeah, that is Lord He Who Shall Not Be Named. And here is Dobby, who is not a bad elf. As you can see, he looks pretty awesome. I completely forgot, sorry, oh my days, wow. He has the Tom Riddle's diary, which I can't believe I've forgotten. That's also his name over there. But then, yeah, he gets the diary, which I think is really great. He's got like the mark where Harry empowered it with the fang from the basilisk fang, which is pretty awesome. That was, I believe, one of his Horcruxes. As you can see, that is pretty awesome. There is that. And then if we open that up, it has Dobby's sock, his freeing sock, which is from Harry, which that is such a heart-touching scene where like Harry helped free him, which I think that scene with Dobby in like episode number 7, that is one of the heartbreak, most saddest moments for me in the Harry Potter franchise. He just really just wants to help. He's kind of like Dareth, but like more tragic than Dareth, to be honest. Apologies if I just triggered any Harry Potter fans comparing Dobby to Dareth, but no, Dobby is better, of course. Good Dobby. But then, yeah, here you can see the printing. I think this is great. I know it's a shame that they sort of reused him in for Privet Drive, but hey, I think we will get one more version in the upcoming set. Well, not upcoming, I don't know anything. I don't know anyone or anything like that, but what I'm saying is we're gonna most probably get 7 movies. In the set for the 7 and part 1 and 2, which is technically the 7th and 8th movie, but part 1 and 2. But as it's a lot darker and more violent, I'm not particularly sure how we could get a Dobby in if they did Draco Manor or if they did Luna's dad's house on the coast. But it's quite graphic, so I don't really know what they can do with Dobby. I guess they can give him a bit more ripped, like the top. Maybe his rags could be a bit more ripped, but we'll have to see. But yeah, there you can see. Actually, no, he has a darker. He has a better one, doesn't he? He does. It's ripped. So actually, yeah, we could have like a dark tan one. So yeah, it'll all be nicer. But there you can see Dobby. And there's dual molded legs. And yeah, that is Dobby, which I think is such a good one. But yeah, I think I definitely do need to make some thoughts and speculations on what I think could be coming for Harry Potter and other themes. Because, I don't know, I've got so many ideas. And instead of me rambling on in a, like, figure review, I should actually, like, dedicate a video. I think I will do that, guys. I'm going to dedicate a video. Wow, sorry, I've talked about him for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Wow. But, yeah, that is Dobby. Really awesome minifigure. And I like the new molded head. And then here you can see Sybil Trelawney, which, apologies if I've mispronounced that, but there you can see her head bandana, which I think that printing is actually, it's pretty amazing. I've got to admit, like, the printing on her head is absolutely great. There you can see that. It is pretty awesome. Then taking a look at that, yes, you can see that now. That is good. That is her body printing, which is pretty cool. Then she comes with these awesome accessories. So we get a what do you call it? Well, yeah, you get a plate and then a saucer. Sorry, a saucepan. Saucer, not a saucepan. My bad. A saucer. That is the word I was after. Oh my days, I'm missing my pronunciations on this figure. But yeah, you can see that. I think that looks really cool, and the detailing on that is absolutely amazing. Then here you can see Professor Trelawney herself. The detailing is amazing on her. The face print is great, and the back, yeah, there isn't none on the back, but they do that now, but they didn't originally do that. Most probably will. In fact, I know they do for the Dumbledore for this wave. I've seen photos and just a good opening. Yeah, so there you can see her face, which I think it looks really good. The glasses are done really well, and yeah, this hairpiece is pretty big, which is really good, and I think it's so good that they're making these really accurate, like sort of Professor Sprout. It's great to see the accuracy between all these figures, but yeah, that is Professor Tyrone. And then here you can see Cedric Diggory hit with the Triumph Wizard Cup, which I still think personally they still haven't got it perfect. It's still getting better, but I think they could do like a triple molded piece, so you could have this piece and the bottom of the handles could be all like the silvery color. Then you can have like a blue translucent for these two parts of the handles. Then in the middle, then at top you can have some of the silver again with some like jagged edges, sort of like a big ugly rock piece, that element, if you know what one I'm referring to as it's named. Then it says Trail Wizard Cup, like, yeah, also seems that maybe a bit off-centered, but yeah, that's what I think of my ideas for that. I think that could work really well, but it's still pretty good for what we have. But then here we have Cedric, which is it's another quite a dark scene. So to get him is pretty awesome. There you can see he has like the all the crest logo, all 4 of them, which is pretty awesome. There you can see the Hufflepuff yellow and black, which I think is pretty cool. Then there you can see the leg printing, which I think is great for the tracksuit. I think it's really cool that they've done that. They've definitely done a good service with this figure, which is great to see. And then of course you get Harry and the other characters from that scene in the Rise of Voldemort set. There you can see it says Diggory on the back, which I think is pretty cool. And yeah, if we have a look, he doesn't have a face print again, which is so weird to see. But then again, it doesn't really matter because they are so detailed, these minifigures. They've really gone away with it, and I can't find his wand. There it is. My apologies, guys. His wand is here. But yeah, that is Cedric Diggory. I think he's definitely a really good minifigure, and I'm really happy that we got him included in this series. Then here you can see Professor Flitwick, or Phileas Flitwick, which, wow, that is some alliteration right there. There you can see his megaphone, which is pretty awesome, that he uses for the quiet and things like that, which, yeah, I think that is a pretty awesome megaphone piece. Then taking a look at Flitwick himself, I think this is such a great minifigure. If we take a look at it, it's just, the detail is quite simple, but it's just really cool. Sort of gives me some 11th Dr. Matt Smith run sort of styles with the bow tie and everything. But then, yeah, here you can see that hair piece, like the curtains one, which again I think that's actually used to oh, what was his name? I can't remember his name. Ned, sorry. I kept thinking Dennis Nedry from Jurassic Park. Now I'm getting everything mixed up. But yeah, there you can see that. There you can see his face, which I think is really good. And yeah, he's a great minifigure to have there. You can see his detailing. Then if we quickly remove the bow tie, there you can see that at the top of his shirt, which I think is really cool. And yeah, that is Professor Flitwick, which I do think is a pretty good minifigure. And let's sort him out. And then here we have Alistair Mad Eye Moody, which I think he's always been one of my favourite characters. So yeah, there is the Woo stuff. And I'm so happy to finally get him. I always remember wanting the original one that I used to like see it in like that book that commented like that. Well, one of the Harry Potter's in like that white and black tuxedo. There you can see his leg. That's basically what we need with C-3PO. I know that's what people said, and I can totally agree. That's what I thought for him. There you can see his buckles on his shirt, or like the belt buckles, sorry. And yeah, I think this is such a good minifigure then. Moving it in closer, there you can see his face, which I think is done really well. There you can see like the marks and the sky, and always wonder actually what happened to that eye. There you can see that. Then there you can see the back, which I will get onto that in a minute. So there you can see the back printing, which I think is pretty awesome. And yeah, there's like not really side printing, but yeah, that is the Alistair Mad Eye Moody minifigure. And then here we have Barty Crouch Jr., which, yes, as you can see, is basically, well, it's the same minifigure, but the head, as you saw, is alternative, and they give it extra hairpiece and that. And yeah, I did get 2 of these because it's such a cool thing. I love the fact that you get 2 different ones, so we don't really need to show the body printing exactly. But yeah, there you can see the little polyjuice potion bottle, and then here you can see the face, which is David Tennant's, which it's a shame it's not more neutral, because then we could have used a Doctor Who. I remember before I saw Harry Potter, I actually thought the TARDIS was going to appear, because I heard David Tennant was in it, and like I was really young, so I actually thought like the TARDIS, and I was like, oh my days, yes, TARDIS. But no, but yeah, there you can see like the tongue and the crazy face, and yeah, it's such a good minifigure, like looking at it from there. And yeah, that is the minifigure, which I think is so good. So yeah, there is Barty Crouch Jr. And then here we have Harry Potter in his invisibility cloak, which is such a good minifigure. Looks pretty simple, but really awesome. There you can see the bottom of the invisibility cloak is kind of getting a bit frayed, which is kind of annoying. But hey, that is kind of what it is. As you can see, that is what it looks like. There is Harry. There is Harry's face, which I think is a pretty cool facial expression. And yes, wow, sorry, I literally just realized you get two Harrys and not even next to each other on the checklist. But yeah, there you can see the face for Harry, which I think is definitely pretty awesome. There you can see that he looks really happy. And then if we quickly switch over to, again, I got a second one because I want to, because of like the frame, that's exactly why I bought it up, because I really don't want it to get ruined. So there you can see the wrinkles on his, well, the lines and all of that on his striped pajamas. That's a better phrase. But there you can see a better look at his face, which I think is really cool. It's a shame we got no arm printing, but they may or may not have been accurate to the scene. There you can see that, which I think is really awesome. And let me go and grab see if I can find my second version of the cape to show you the inside of it. Then here is the cape. Here you can see what it looks like in a bag, and that is what it looks like. But if I quickly get it out, which, yeah, I keep it in a bag because I want it to be in pristine condition as a spare. That's what it looks like. And there you can see that, which, yeah, it is fraying, which, that is a bit annoying. But I've never even, like, had it out. I put it basically, I never even put him on it. But yeah, it is kind of just a material, which is a bit unfortunate to see, but it is when it is. That's why I do recommend, if you see these, I would recommend, and I know you can get them for like £2 this day and age. So if you find it, like, I would recommend getting one if it's what you really want to keep the figure in pristine condition. Like, look, that's kind of happened just by that. So I dread to think what if you like play with it or anything, but yeah, that's what it looks like, which I think is so cool. And then here it is back in the packaging. It does get a bit caught there, but it is fine. And yeah, that's where I keep it for some protection. But yeah, let's put Harry back and let's have a look at the final minifigure. And then here you can see Albus Dumbledore, which I think is a really awesome minifigure. Here you can see like the bowl that like you put your face in, like you get to see things where Harry learns about one Professor Severus Snape. It's not as bad as we seem, which like, yeah, that's really cool to see, and like all of that. But then yeah, here you can see his hat, which I think is so cool. It's really nicely molded with like the gold, like pearl gold, really shiny. There you can see the dual molded, which, apologies, it's so weird that like Dumbledore has kind of got all these like really elaborate molded pieces, which is so good to see though. Well, yeah, it is. It's cool to see that they're doing the white one, which I know it's different actors, but it's funny to see it goes from white from grey. But hey, that can happen, and they're wizards, so it doesn't seem anything impossible. There you can see his beard, which I think looks pretty awesome. And then here you can see his outfit, which I'm surprised we didn't get him in the Astronomy Tower, the tower, which I think we'll get more sets for number 6. But if they actually do the balcony with him, yeah, that's way too far. But hey, Lego have done some other very questionable scenes. But then here you can see it, but it's pretty awesome that they do it, get a variety. They put it in the 18+ range, there's nothing stopping them now. That's why I keep coming back to, like, that is such a cool idea what they're doing. But yep, here you can see Dumbledore, you can see all the fine printing on his body print and his dress piece. And yeah, that is Dumbledore, which I think is such cool. Again, it's a shame that none of them actually have, back printing, which it is what it is. I know there's pieces covering quite a lot of them. But then Harry's, he isn't, I guess he's made to have without it and with it. But then here you can see this face, which I think looks pretty awesome. And yeah, that is what Dumbledore, if you want to see what a shaved Dumbledore looks like, here you go. So that is it for the Harry Potter minifigure series. And now we got to go into Fantastic Beasts, which, wow. Yeah, Fantastic Beasts now. Let's take a look at them. So first off, here we have Newt Scamander, which I think looks pretty awesome. There you can see the little locket, and then here you can see Niffler, which I was so happy that we got that in a cheaper one. So it's good if you couldn't get the suitcase, but that was an awesome set in its own right. So there you can see Newt Scamander. My brain switched off for that second. Oh my days. But there you can see Newt Scamander. I was just thinking about the other set. Yeah, I guess I should do a video on that, definitely. But yeah, there you can see Newt Scamander, which again, I think that looks pretty awesome. I do like the look of that. There's dual molding. There is his wands. There is his face printing, which I think he looks really happy, and that's pretty accurate. Mine's got a bit of a chip in it, but that is fine. But yeah, there you can see his face, which I think is pretty awesome. There you got that hairpiece, which is cool for 4. For the arena 4 for when he's because you get like 2 of the Ragnarok ones, and here you got this new piece, which is pretty cool. This new what do you want to call it, briefcase element, which is so good to see. And yeah, I think this is a really good minifigure. So yeah, that is Newt Scamander. And then here you can see Tina Goldstein, which I think looks really cool. Here she has her hot dog that she was eating in that scene. And then here she has that wand, her wand, which is pretty cool. She's got this sand blue, I believe is the Lego term colour for her jacket, which that's pretty cool. There you can see the body printing. She's got her she's got a shirt on there. You can see her like a jumper, then her blue one, which I think is pretty awesome. That's like an undercoat and overcoat. There you can see that's like a towel coat as well. There you can see the printing, which I think is great with all the buttons, and there is the back printing, which I think is great. And this hat piece is really good, and just removing that, is that a mark on my minifigure? I am not too sure, but here you can see Tina Goldstein. I have got a mark there. I do not know what that is, and it seems like it's a bit of a paint spill. But yeah, there you can see that, which is pretty awesome. There you can see her face, which works really well. And yeah, she actually does have a second face printing, which is really cool to see. And yeah, there you can see the front one. And yeah, that is Tina Goldstein, which I think is a really good minifigure. There you can see her hat again. And yeah, I think she is a very awesome minifigure. And then here we have Jacob Kowalski, which I think is a pretty awesome minifigure. So if we take a look at the briefcase this time around, first here you can see he's got some of these treats, which I believe he uses his grandma's recipe, as he says. I cannot remember if I get any spares of those, so my apologies. There you can see that, and there you can see that with the gold on top. It's cool that they do that, because it's actually a massive plot device. In fact, the whole movie I don't think would happen if it weren't for them two having the same same briefcases, sorry. And then here you can see his body printing, which I think is really awesome. There you can see the more like the tuxedo print. I think that looks really cool. Then here you can see nothing on the back. Wow, my apologies for there was something. And there you can see his face print, which is cool. I think the reason some of these have face prints in free printing is because they come in the briefcase set. Well, in fact, all of them do, which is pretty cool. There you can see that face and nothing on the back. But yeah, that is Mr. Kowalski, Jacob, which is really awesome. And I know someone called him that. I don't remember who, but yeah, there is him. And then here we have Queenie Goldstein, which is the sister to Tina. It's kind of funny. Originally I thought it would have been Newt, Jacob, Tina, and Queenie as the figure order, but no, it isn't. It's pretty cool. I guess it's kind of in the pairs, because we got the will they, won't they between Newt and Tina. Then we got the Jacob and Queenie. Will they, won't they? Yes, they will. And then oh no, something happens. But I know it's not a spoiler, but I won't really talk too much about it. But then here, you've only still got to see it again a second time. But there first, so here you can see the pastry which she has got. I'm not sure if this is one that she's made or Jacob's made for her, but this is such a good element. I really like the mold. It's sad we've not had that reused anytime since, which I've literally just realised. Here you can see she's got one of her, I think, is this a dress from one of the dinner scene maybe, where they where she and Jacob are very interested in each other. But then here you can see this, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, there you can see the leg print, and it's sort of spill over a little bit, which is sad to see. And then here you can see the body printing, and there you can see that, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, I think this is definitely a good minifigure. I do like the look of this, and yeah, I think that's really interesting, the way that there's a few marks that you can see on the legs, especially the mold, the print has gone a bit weird. Then next see Dolores Umbridge's hair, I believe. No, sorry, it isn't. It's another piece. But there you can see her face print, which is such a good minifigure. And then if I add Queenie's accessory back, we can then jump on to the final two, which I believe it's Credence next. But yeah, there is Queenie Goldstein. And then here you can see a Credence bare bone minifigure, which I believe isn't it Credence Dumbledore, I believe is what we sort of got to find out, or something like that. There you can see this piece, which is really cool. It's like that witches live among us, which is, wow, that really goes back to like the well, some medieval time periods. As you can see, that is a pretty awesome piece. And yeah, there you can see his body printing, which again is pretty cool. I think it's cool that we have been starting to get other like just different styles of body printing, which is really cool. And there you can see that, which is pretty unique. Taking a look at that, there you can see that, which I do think is pretty awesome. I do like the look of that. And then there's nothing on the back again. There is the bowl hair piece, which that is Ron's, I believe, from the original wave. And then there you can see that face. And then there you can see his like possessed face with the is it the Oculus? Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. There you can see that. And then, yeah, you can see that minifigure, which I think is really awesome. And oh wait, no, sorry. I was going to say he's the only one without a wand. But no, Dobby doesn't have one. Jacob doesn't, and he doesn't either. So yeah, that is a pretty awesome minifigure. Then last but not least, we have another polyjuiced sort of type of character. Here we have Percival Graves, which I cannot believe this was the first minifigure I got. I remember back in like 2018, wasn't it? Yes, it was. And basically, I was feeling them in WH Smith's. I felt them, and literally, I sort of knew what corner it was. And the first packet I picked up was him, and I was like buzzing. I was like, wow. And that happened with me and the policeman. He was my 5th packet I got, which is insane. Well, actually, the first, because I was feeling, and yeah, I just wanted to make sure I got him. But yeah, let's take a look at him, which I think is so awesome. Like the printing on him is so good, and I think what makes him such a good minifigure is just how rare he was. Like I guess he's not too rare now. It's like £20, which is still a lot of money, but it's not particularly the hardest one. Like I know one of my friends has got like 4 or 5. They just kept finding them. Like they didn't find him for ages. Like I found mine like a month before them on the policeman and him, but then they got like 4 back to back, or near enough, which is pretty interesting. But then yeah, here you can see that, which I think is such a cool minifigure. Apologies if like the light refracts, like the dark blue and the black do not work with the camera as well. My apologies. There you can see the back printing, which I think is great. Then this hair piece is really awesome. Sort of reminds me of James Jonah Jameson. But then let's quickly swap him around. Then once the polyjuice potion, but I believe in this case the spell has, like transfiguration spell, has worn off. Here you can see we have Gallard Grindelwald, which I think is such a good way that they've kind of added. Technically, it's 24 figures in this series, is what I've kind of always said, and I love that they've done that. It's really cool. But then that's 24. But then think, you get like 2, you get an owl, you get a Mandrake, you get Hedwig, you get the Crookshanks, you get Scabbers, you then get Niffler, then you get Locket, like, or is it Piggy? Yeah, I think one of the 2. Then you just get these extra characters, which is so cool. But yeah, there's nothing much different apart from his face printing, which is pretty awesome. I do like the look of that. And that's basically what they look like side by side, which I think is really awesome to see them like that. And then if we remove the hairpiece, it's definitely a good one to have a couple of, because then you can just have a look at them. And yeah, those are their face printing. And that is the Wizarding World's minifigure series. And then here we have it, guys, the Harry Potter series minifigure series 1, which is such a great series. So I'll be hoping to do a video on series 2 when they get revealed. If not, September 1st, I will be hunting for them alongside the Razor Quest on Lego store. I'm going to see if I can get there. I'm going to try and be there for like 7:30 to make sure I can definitely get one. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how all that works, and see this minifigure, see about how I can track down these series. There's 5 or 6 shops I can go looking for, so I should be fine. But hey, it depends if they all get in stock because of all of that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And until tomorrow's video, guys, bye for now.